Well, hey guys, hope you all are having a good week. Earlier this week I posted some fun videos that hopefully you all enjoyed. I'm filming this one in advance about my skincare favorites of dermatologists that I know and respect. And so today I thought I would share with you guys some 2017 kind of home and lifestyle favorites that I've been enjoying just as a person this year, outside of the realm of skincare, just as far as like home and lifestyle, things that I've been loving. You guys see me use a lot, ask me a fair amount about. Some of you all have since acquired these things in your lives. So I thought I would just share a little bit of some of the fun stuff that I have really been enjoying this year. And first and foremost, okay, now you all will see me recently rocking this Classy Pal bib here that I wear in a lot of my cooking videos where I share vegan recipes with you guys. You all seem to enjoy those. And you may be wondering, like, what's the deal with this? I mean, I'm maybe the only YouTuber that I'm aware of who is like sporting and promoting an adult bib, but hear me out on this. This thing, first of all, I just love that you can get this cute little, get it with this cute little necklace on here. I just think it's so adorable. You can also get a tie version that kind of looks like a tuxedo for, you know, if that's the look you're going for. But what I really love about this thing is that I am just a messy eater, honestly. I mean, everybody is. And vegan food, particularly soups and what have you, can be kind of slurpy and messy and splatter on things. So I find to just use this at nighttime when I eat dinner. It really protects my clothing. And I love that. I also love it when I cook, because one of the things I find just in terms of my stature is I have a difficult time finding like an actual cooking apron that covers me in a way that actually protects my clothing, okay? Like a lot of just the traditional bib aprons, they really don't cover the arms very well or the shoulders, and sometimes I get splatter in those areas, but this really covers it quite well, okay? So I love that, and I was honestly drawn to this because, you know, I'm a messy eater, but moving right along though, kind of in the realm of like foods and what have you, I have to give a shout out to my Bubba cup here. I love drinking water. I drink about 3 liters of water a day. And that's not like a goal or anything. I just find that keeps me hydrated throughout the day. I have a very high fiber diet, and I find that if I don't stay on top of drinking water, you know, just kind of the water needs and digesting that much fiber from all the plant matter I'm consuming, takes a lot of water, and I get dehydrated a little bit more readily, I suppose. And I find that drinking water really helps me digestively. And I have been really enjoying my Bubba cup here. I have 2 of these, Bubba and Babs I call them. I got mine I think I got these at Walmart, but you can get them on Amazon, Target. Marshall's frequently has them. I'm really have become a fan of this. I've had many tumblers and many water bottles and, you know, water receptacles. That Swell one I didn't find was particularly swell for me. Also, I'm not drawn to the aesthetics of the Yeti Rambler. That just doesn't suit me, but this I have really been loving because it keeps things icy cold as it's supposed to, okay? It doesn't have that weird metallic taste. I love that it has a straw. I just find that that's a lot more convenient when I am in the car versus having to tilt my head back, which is a bit hazardous on the road. So I like having a straw. And I also like that at the end of the straw, here, let me pop it off, there is, make a mess here, there's a little swizzle, okay? So if you have a drink mix or something that you bring with you to work, you refill your water from a cooler and you want to add the drink mix in, you know, you can mix it with that nice little swizzle aperture, that nice little swizzle device. So I like that, you know, it's like a little cocktail hour, if you will, throughout the day. So this is great. It, you know, it doesn't, if I go over a bump in my car, it doesn't splash around, keeps things nice. I mean, if you tip it over on its side, it's going to spill, but it does stay pretty pretty well contained through driving on the bumpy roads of Houston. So I've really been enjoying this, and I recommend it. I won't repurchase them because they last a long time. So I've got 2 of them, but you know, if I lost one, I would definitely repurchase it, and I recommend them. Speaking of beverage, this is what I'm drinking currently. This is the beverage mix that I'm currently drinking. This is the cranberry pomegranate FRC. I love these. I drink them just for the taste, not for the vitamin C that they have in here. Although I suppose that, you know, could potentially be helpful. Who knows? You probably just pee it right out. But this product I get on iHerb or Vitacost, and it's sweetened with stevia, so it doesn't have any like a high sugar content at all, and just kind of adds a nice little flavor to things. I enjoy the pomegranate one. My absolute favorite FRC is the elderberry one. That one is really good, but I've been enjoying this pomegranate one, and so yeah, fantastic. Speaking of beverage, I cannot talk about beverage receptacles without mentioning my Totoro cup here. You all know I am obsessed with this little guy. I drink out of it pretty much every day unless he needs to go to the spa, also known as the dishwasher. I absolutely adore this little thing. It's got the silicone topper with Totoro here peeking at you on top. This keeps the hot liquids very, very hot. You know, you can steep your tea bag in here, and then, you know, the liquid's still hot with a little silicone thing on it. And this goes in the dishwasher. I just dumped some water on myself. This goes in the dishwasher, no problem. I just absolutely adore this. I used to be somebody who avidly sought out mugs and was drawn to mugs in stores, and now that I have this, I'm not, okay? I don't really want to ever buy another mug because I have this one. I got one for my mom, and she really loves it as well. I got these on Amazon, so I'll list all of these things down below for you guys, but you guys know I love my Totoro mug, and many of you have gotten one too, so comment below if you're in the Totoro club. But speaking of Totoro and hot beverages, what do I drink in Totoro? Well, I have to have coffee every morning for the sake of humanity, okay? I mean, I consume it really as a public service because if I don't have a cup of coffee in the morning, I'm just not something that you want to interact with. And what I have been loving this year and consuming and will continue to consume, here, let me just grab her, is the Moon Juice Beauty Dust. I put a teaspoon of this into my Bustelo coffee, which I brew on the stove in my Bialetti coffee maker on the stovetop. And this just imparts a really nice, earthy, subtly, but not sickeningly so, sweet taste to the coffee. This, you know, is a blend of like adaptogenic herbs and things. It's supposed to have all of these health promoting benefits, they claim. You know, supplements can tell you whatever they want. It's kind of like wrinkle creams, all right? It's usually just all a bunch of lies. But this also contains pearl powder in it, and that's supposed to have like a brightening effect. I do kind of notice a brightening effect since consuming this, but I began consuming this alongside my journey into difference, so I really, you know, the rational scientist in me thinks that it's probably the different rather than this expensive powder that I get from Venice, California. But I love this stuff. I will continue to consume it, and I just love these little apothecary jars. I've got about 13 of them floating around, 13 empty of these floating around in my pantry, waiting for me to repurpose for something useful. But many of you have gotten on the Beauty Dust bandwagon too. No, I don't think this has any health benefits. Definitely discuss consuming something like this with your physician. I'm not aware of any medications that would interact with this, but always bring it up. But I really love it and will continue to drink it. I mentioned Beauty Dust. I mentioned my coffee. Coffee has been, you know, a mainstay in my life since, I don't know, I could swallow on my own. But one thing that I have been surprised by this year is my willingness to, for the first time in my life, give tea a chance. I always was just not into tea, okay? I mean, to me it was like, it's not quite water, it's definitely not coffee, like this doesn't offer me anything, okay? But some teas that I've really been enjoying this year. I've tried many. I really like the kind of fruity, desserty sort of teas that are, you know, sweet on their own without adding any sweetener. I don't care for rooibos particularly. I don't care for like Earl Grey, the real traditional teas. But the tea that I have been loving this year are these, the tea that I've been loving this year are the Tazo Dessert Delights by the, I think Starbucks makes these, unfortunately, but I really love them. Okay, I love the glazed lemon loaf. The glazed lemon loaf. This tea is decaffeinated. It tastes, you guys, exactly like the picture. It tastes exactly like this. No sweetener is needed. You just brew the bag, and it is as though you are chewing this. Okay, it tastes exactly like this. The caffeinated friend, the Butterscotch Blondie, likewise tastes exactly like this. Okay, that's all I will say. I mean, these are phenomenal. It's like I am eating food, but I'm drinking it. And it's a tea. I was so surprised by these. I really enjoyed them. I've also enjoyed the Celestial Seasonings Blueberry Tea and the Celestial Seasonings Peach Tea this year. Those I sweeten with the Sweet Leaf Stevia drops, which I also love. Moving along though, another tea that I think, you know, I was really blown away by and surprised to find myself liking and rapidly becoming somewhat addicted to is matcha green tea. Here, let me grab it for you. I've got all this kind of laid out here in a spread. It's a buffet of fun. Okay. This is, you know, the Matcha Reserve reached out to me and sent me some of their teas, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like that. Oh lordy, I became rapidly hooked, and I consume this kind of as in addition to my coffee in the morning, so I've kind of had to dial back on the volume of coffee to accommodate the little extra caffeine from the matcha. But, you know, I really highly recommend these Matcha Reserve teas. I mean, I haven't consumed too many other different matcha brands. These are from Japan. And the thing that I liked about these as a gateway is that they're flavored. This one's blueberry. I'm almost out of this one. I've also tried the mango one is delicious. The chocolate one is phenomenal. And the vanilla one is also very good. It's a little bit more subtle. And then they have a ceremonial, traditional, like unadulterated, no nonsense one that I haven't yet tried, but I have in my pantry to go into next. But these are wonderful. If you have tried matcha in the past and found it a little bit too, I think you would enjoy giving these a try. These flavored teas, I really like them. And yeah, I'm also stoked to try baking with them. That's why I've saved some of the blueberry one, because I may want to try and put it in some baking kind of food recipes, because I see all these. Pinterest is a slippery slope. I mean, you will get ideas in your head that you can do all of these things and that you've got all this time to, like, I don't know, recreate everything in the world. So, you know, that could just be a pipe dream that I have, but I've saved a little bit here in the hopes that I may get my act together and do that for you guys in one of my recipe videos. So maybe I'll be accountable to that, but no promises. Speaking of accountable though, if you have been with me and watching my videos for a while, thank you. You may have recalled that last year at this time, I stated that I really wanted to make a more conscientious effort to bring my own lunch, something that I never really enjoyed. Even though I love to cook, I hate transporting my lunch, transporting food. I never liked that and I never enjoyed it. But I really decided to make it a habit this year, and I held myself accountable at the beginning of the year to you guys and kind of checking in, and I really did a good job, and I did not go out to eat for lunch during the work week at all this year, at all really. I mean, maybe a few times, but prior to the commitment I was like going you know, every day, and that really adds up. Okay, so I have really done a good job. I have you guys to thank for it. But one thing that has really helped that I purchased around that time is these meal prep containers. I mean, these are not new to anyone. I've had these kinds of things before, but this particular brand, Lift, I think it is, Lift meal prep containers, I have really loved. They are BPA free. They're microwave safe, even though I don't microwave mine. They can go in the dishwasher. I just wash mine, honestly, though, by hand. I just rinse them out and put a little dish soap in them and then rinse them out again and let them air dry. I don't put them in the dishwasher. What else? They can go in the freezer, which I love. So you can chop stuff up, you know, if you've got a bunch of meals that you're prepping. They go in the freezer. They do really well in there. They're very sturdy. They don't leak. They go in the lunch tote very easily. And then, you know, for meal prepping and for your groceries for the week, you can go ahead and get your veggies chopped up in advance and put them in these containers, and they stay fresh. So it's really handy to just go ahead and prep a bunch of veggies and have them in these various containers in your fridge. I've really, really loved them. You know, regardless of what your goals are for 2018, whether they be, you know, some sort of diet kind of change, whether it be trying to get your blood pressure under better control, trying to get some of your cholesterol numbers better, whether it be a budget goal that you have, a financial goal, learning and embracing preparing a few basic, simple meals at home rather than relying on a restaurant or fast food service will really, really support those goals, okay? Whatever the goal is, there's a good chance that preparing one or two meals a week at least for yourself, will have many benefits in your life and help you meet your goals, whatever they be. But alongside this is something that I use in my lunch that I really enjoy. It is this hybrid. My mom got me this a long time ago. It's like for camping. It's like both a spoon and a fork and a knife. So it's really convenient and I really love it. This was made in Sweden, so great design, really love this. And so those two things I really enjoyed this year and have helped me stay accountable to bringing my own lunch and not going out to eat during the noon hours. So speaking of going out, kind of in the realm of wearables, if you will, even though I said this wasn't going to be skincare, I couldn't have a lifestyle favorites video without mentioning my Coolie Bar sun protective hat. I got this back in March of 2017, and this little bad boy has seen some miles. I absolutely love this thing. Easy to wash up with just a little, you can use a disinfecting wipe. You can use, you can put it in the washing machine, I believe. I've never done that. Just some dish soap to clean it, but this has Universal Protective Factor 50 embedded in the fabric. It's nice and lightweight. It collapses easily. I just find that it fits me really well. But it fits me pretty well, and it offers a nice rim of sun protection over my face. So I really love it. It's convenient to just keep in the bag, and then, you know, when it's sunny out, when you're walking across the parking lot, you can just slap it on and then, you know, take it off when you get inside. It doesn't really mess up your hair too much, even though obviously that's never a concern of mine, but I imagine it is of more people. But I really love this thing. I'll list it down below. I think it's a great sun protective hat. So I've been enjoying that. And then recently, you know, even though it's hot all the time here, and in the quote winter, it's like what, 60, you know, 55. Ooh, that's like freezing blizzard here in Houston. But indoors, I find it can be incredibly cold. You know, particularly even in the summertime, because the air conditioning is a necessity, but it makes things super cold. And so I have really been enjoying my Barefoot Dreams cardigan. Just, you know, indoors. I exclusively wear it indoors, so it's not, you know, it doesn't acquire the kind of smells and residua of nature, and it just kind of stays fresher. I don't know, but it's super soft, it's very warm, but it's not it's not, you know, overwhelmingly hot, and it breathes really easily. So, you know, this has been hyped on YouTube to the nines, the robe, the socks. I see people, you know, raving about it. They are correct. I also love that it has pockets, you know, it's really convenient for someone like me. One thing that I wear at night, and you all really don't see, okay, is my lovely, lovely, lovely Carole Hoffman pajamas. The reason you guys don't necessarily see me wearing these is I wear the bottoms, and, you know, when I'm wearing the bottoms, I'm sitting down to talk to you. And I usually don't put the shirt on until I actually go to bed. And the reason being is that after I talk to you guys, I often go in my kitchen and cook and that kind of thing, and I don't want this to really absorb the smells. Plus, I oftentimes have benzoyl peroxide on my face, and I don't want to get the benzoyl peroxide on this. But by the time I go to bed, which is many hours later, the benzoyl peroxide is dried. I slip this on, and Carole Hoffman is just like going to sleep with a nice soothing hug. Honestly, it's so soft, excellent quality. I got mine at Costco. I will list it down below, but I've been really happy with Carole Hoffman. I have her robe. I call her robe. I have a robe by Carole Hoffman that I have continued to wear, and is so soft, so wonderful. These pajamas are fantastic, and I also really love the Carole Hoffman tanks, camisole tanks. These are great. They fit really well, wash up nicely, they breathe really well, they look flattering on, and they don't, they're not see-through. They're kind of a, you know, satiny feel to them. So I got mine at Costco, and mine are in the size small, but they are very comfortable. You just drop them in the machine and let them air dry. They dry really quickly, and the quality is really good. I recommend Carole Hoffman, honestly. So I am a fan of that. And then as far as my home, you guys know that I really enjoy candles and burning candles. And yeah, this year I discovered the Tuscany candle company at my Kroger. I am dying for either Mr. Kong's mom or Anthony of Candle Cafe to review these. I don't know if they can't get them in their area or what, but these are seriously fantastic. This is the scent that I burned over the holiday season, the peppermint meringue, and I really enjoyed it. I had 2 of these, and they lasted me, I burned them pretty continually on a daily basis, and the 2 18-ounce candles lasted me 7 weeks, okay, of burning on a pretty much consistent, ongoing, daily basis. There wasn't a day, basically, that in the past 7 weeks that I haven't been burning this peppermint meringue candle, so they last a long time. My other favorite fragrance is the lemon sugar cookie one, and I also really enjoyed that a fall harvest scent. Those are the scents that I have had for myself. My mother has, I think it's called balsam fir, and that one smells phenomenal as well. So I just think these are fantastic candles. They smell really good. They burn very efficiently, very clean, a very clean burn, a very even burn. And they have a good, I guess, throw. I'm not going to call myself a candle expert. That's why I want Mr. Kong's mom or Anthony of Candle Cafe to review these for you guys, so you can get like more accurate nomenclature in there. But I love them, and I think they're fantastic. So I highly recommend these if you can get your hands on them. I get mine at Kroger. And then just as far as like my day-to-day life, you know, I juggle some things, and, you know, it's important to stay on task. You have goals and priorities and things that need to be accomplished. You know, I do a lot of things for myself. I try and not rely on other people. So in order to make sure that I do everything that I am relying on myself to do, like, I don't know, bathe myself, I have to keep a lot of lists of like, do this, do that, do this. And I'm someone who I just don't like carrying around a lot of things or a lot of items, a lot of I don't carry a big purse really, or a lot of things in my purse. But I have really been enjoying my Blue Sky 2017-2018 planner. These past 4 or 5 months, I've really been doing a great job with it, if I do say so myself. I just find that the layout really suits my lifestyle. It's easy to keep lists in, and it's not overly cutesy. It doesn't have a lot of, I don't like planners that say things like, aspire to be fantastic today. Like, I don't know, I'm a little bit sarcastic if you can't pick up on that. And like, I don't want to open up my like to-do list and have like some giant sunshine like yelling at me when I open it. So I like things a little bit toned down as far as the optimism vibe in a planner, okay? But I think the Blue Sky Day Designer, it's really great. I got mine at Target. I think they're pretty affordable, and they're pretty durable. I like the cover. It's not too rigid, but it's rigid enough that it's good quality and doesn't bend and get destroyed in your bag. So I really love this a lot. And then the other kind of office-y type thing that I got this year and needed thanks to YouTube, when you walk around with the camera, people either ignore you, run the other way, or approach you and ask what you're doing. And in approaching you and asking you what you're doing, they frequently want to know more. And it's handy to be able to give my business card, which I have here. Look, it's my logo, like my channel. Can you guys see? Ta-da! And so I got this business card holder on Amazon. I'll list it down below for you guys on Amazon, and I just really love it. It was pretty inexpensive. I have no idea like what sort of synthetic material this is, but it closes up really easily. It's easy to get in and out of. It's nice because it's got this little doohickey on the back. I think this also works swimmingly as a like a little mini wallet. They have some less vibrant ones than this. I just got it to match my planner, basically. But yeah, I've really been enjoying that. Now, you all probably picked up on the fact that while I go into stores a fair amount, I don't actually shop in stores. I don't buy things in stores that often. I prefer to shop online just because one of the ways that I self-police my spending is I go into a store, I see something that I want, I look at it, I determine if it's good quality, and then I put it back on the shelf and I go home and I kind of like think about it. If I forget about it immediately, then chances are it had no utility in my life and I didn't actually need it. But if I really want it and I think about it, then I go and seek it out online because I frequently can combine it with some other offers, scope out a deal, and get a better deal for it. And everybody likes to get a good deal. One of the things that I have been loving this year and has really helped me in buying things online is Ebates. I talk about it a lot, but it is basically an app. It's basically a browser extension that gets you rebates on purchases online that you make. And so if you're somebody who buys anything online and you don't have Ebates, you're basically throwing away money. I have made, anywhere from, in a given quarter, I've gotten anywhere from like $30 to upwards of $100, depending on how spendy I am that month, of cash back in that particular quarter. It doesn't sound like a lot. It's not a ton of money, but it adds up, okay? And like if you're somebody who's trying to pay down debt, if you're somebody who, you just don't like throwing away your money, I don't know, it's a good way to buffer that a little bit. It also oftentimes can compensate for the sales tax on things. And, some would say, oh, it can also cover the cost of shipping, but let's be honest, nowadays, you pretty much don't, I only buy things if I can get free shipping. So that is not as compelling a reason for me, but it's a good one too, so. Anyways, guys, yeah, if you're not using Ebates, you definitely need to. I will list down a link down below for you guys if you're interested in that. I encourage you to check it out. But I hope you liked all my favorites. Comment below on if you use any of these things and if you like them, or if you like what your favorite lifestyle thing is that you'd like to share. I love hearing about all of these things. I learn a lot from you guys, and I hear about things that I, you know, don't otherwise know about from you all. So I greatly appreciate that. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.